Man is accused of murdering his wife, but shocked to find her still alive after 8 years. Our story begins with Alexander Bake, known to all as Alex. His wife, Margot Bake, is by his side as they set off for a holiday getaway out of town. After a pleasant drive, they arrive at a serene lake. Overjoyed to be there, they find a tree, carve a heart into its bark, and write their initials within it, M and A. We are then shown a glimpse of their childhood, illustrating a deep love and connection that has blossomed since they were young. As they enjoy a swim, Alex gently suggests to Margot that she should mend her fractured relationship with her sister, reminding her that such prolonged conflict isn't healthy. Margot bristles at this, declaring her dislike for her sister and her unwillingness to speak to her. She feels that Alex always takes her sister's side, subtly portraying Margot as the villain and her sister as the saint. With these resentful words, she leaves Alex by the water and walks away. Alex is left bewildered. Moments later, he hears Margot's terrified screams. He races towards her, but before he can reach her, a brutal blow strikes his head. Alex collapses and falls into the water. Time leaps forward and we find ourselves 8 years later. Alex is now in his clinic, a doctor attending to his patient. Suddenly, a furious voice erupts from outside. Alex steps out to see a man, visibly enraged, yelling at the staff because his child is sick and they have made him wait. Alex recognizes the man as Bruno, a local gangster who has been bringing his child for treatment by Alex for the past 3 years. Alex intervenes, calming Bruno down and assuring him that he will personally see to his child's treatment. After attending to Bruno's child, Alex leaves the clinic and meets a woman named Helena. Through their conversation, we learn the tragic truth. The screams they had heard 8 years ago were Margot's final moments. Helena gently tries to persuade Alex that his wife has been gone for 8 long years, urging him to let go of the past and move forward. "How long will you keep destroying yourself like this?" she pleads. But Alex remains deaf to her words and returns to his empty home. Checking the mail, he finds a peculiar envelope. Inside is a message instructing him to open a specific link on their wedding anniversary, precisely at 6:15 p.m. Alex is baffled. The sender's name catches his eye, M and A, their initials. He immediately tries to open the link, but it stubbornly refuses to load. Just then, his sister calls, requesting him to come to her old house. Upon his arrival, she informs him that the police had been there, excavating the entire property. They had unearthed 2 bodies and wished to speak to him about it. Alex agrees to meet with them. Soon, a policeman named Gilbert arrives. He tells Ann and Alex that they need both of their signatures to continue digging at the location. So far, they have found 2 bodies, both over 5 years old. Near one of the bodies, they discovered a baseball bat stained with blood. Consequently, they also require a sample of Alex's blood for DNA comparison. Alex questions why he is being asked all these things. Gilbert explains that he has reviewed Alex's old case. According to Alex's initial statement, he heard Margot scream. When he rushed towards her, he was struck on the head and fell unconscious. He remembers nothing after that. Gilbert finds this account somewhat difficult to believe. Alex stated that upon being hit, he fell into the water, yet when the police found him, he was on the shore. "Now tell me, Doctor," Gilbert presses, "how did you manage to get out of the water while unconscious?" Alex, angered by these insinuations, retorts that Gilbert is the policeman and it's his job to figure out how he ended up on the shore. "If you want my signature, you shall have it," Alex says. "Investigate all you want, but cease your accusations until you possess concrete evidence." Gilbert leaves with the signed papers. Left alone, Alex turns to alcohol, the memories of happier times flooding his mind. He recalls the joy he shared with Margot in their childhood and the beautiful moments of their wedding day, cherished as some of the most precious in his life. As evening approaches, Alex remembers it is his anniversary. Precisely at 6:15 p.m., he opens the mysterious link. A video begins to play, CCTV footage. To his utter shock, he sees Margot, alive and well. Disbelief washes over him. How could Margot still be alive? Then, another message appears in the email, promising further communication soon. Alex immediately seeks out Margot's father, Jack. He confronts Jack, asking if he truly identified Margot's body when she supposedly died. "Were you certain it was Margot and not someone else?" he demands. Jack erupts in anger, exclaiming that 8 years have passed and Alex's madness has not ceased. He orders Alex to leave his house. Alex complies. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to him, 2 individuals have hacked into Alex's computer and have also viewed the startling email. After Alex leaves Jack's house, the police apprehend him again and begin another round of interrogation. They question if he had ever been violent with Margot during their marriage. Alex vehemently denies it, asserting his deep love for her and questioning why he would ever harm her. They then present him with a photograph showing bruises all over Margot's body. Alex suggests it might be a picture from her accident, the one where Helena was supposedly with her. He immediately seeks out Helena, demanding to know the truth about what happened to Margot. Helena confesses that Margot came to her in that bruised condition and instructed her to tell everyone it was an accident and that Helena was with her at the time. These revelations deeply trouble Alex. He rushes home and begins meticulously examining Margot's old belongings. He discovers a picture of her with a boy and finds some cryptic information in her diary, which he uses to begin searching for the man in the photograph. On the other side of town, the police visit Margot's father. They tell him they suspect Alex used to beat his daughter. Jack fiercely defends Alex, stating that he could never do such a thing and that he knows Alex wouldn't hurt Margot. The police then reveal their alternative theory. They believe Alex concocted an elaborate plan. He deliberately took Margot to a secluded area, knowing a serial killer named Certain was active in that region, preying on young women. Their theory is that Alex killed Margot and intended for Certain to be blamed. Initially, they also suspected Certain. However, after Certain was apprehended and confessed to his murders, he specifically denied killing Margot. This leads the police to believe that Alex, in fact, did not kill Margot. At that very moment, the same individuals who hacked Alex's computer approach Margot's sister, Charlotte. They torture her, relentlessly demanding to know Margot's whereabouts. When she refuses to divulge any information, they brutally murder her and leave. Back at Alex's house, he logs into his computer and realizes it has been compromised. He races to a cyber cafe and opens his email there. He finds a new message containing an address, summoning him to come. The message also reinforces the idea that Margot is indeed alive. Now truly believing Margot is alive, but needing confirmation, Alex goes directly to the doctor who performed Margot's autopsy. When he inquires about the post-mortem examination, he discovers that there are no photographs taken after the autopsy. This means that when Margot supposedly died, there is no visual record of her body. Alex now understands with certainty that Margot is alive and that a vast conspiracy is unfolding. Just then, the police arrive at Charlotte's murder scene. While questioning people in the area, a witness states that Alex was seen there recently. The police now have their confirmation. Alex is the killer. He killed Margot and now Charlotte too. The police break into Alex's house to raid it. Immediately, Alex's dog fiercely attacks them. In the chaos, the police fire their weapons, and the dog tragically dies. After a thorough search of the entire house, they discover a gun. It is confirmed that Charlotte was shot and killed with this very weapon. Seeing this, a grim realization dawns. A conspiracy is underway to frame Alex, and now the police will undoubtedly be relentless in their pursuit. Meanwhile, Alex receives a call. His lawyer delivers devastating news. Charlotte is dead, murdered, and all the evidence is pointing directly at him. The lawyer warns that the police will arrest him at any moment and advises him to flee if he wants to avoid them. Alex, knowing he has to meet Margot, takes flight. The police spot him, and to evade capture, he jumps into a large trash container. As soon as the police move on, he directly calls Bruno, desperately pleading for help. Bruno arrives without hesitation and pulls Alex from the trash container into his car. On the other side of the city, we are introduced to a detective named Eric. Eric is the same person who called Alex's lawyer to warn him, as he wants to understand the truth behind this unfolding case. After making the call, Alex goes straight to Margot's lawyer, hoping to gather any information he can about her. The lawyer reveals a crucial part of the story. The man Margot worked for had a son who was murdered in a high-profile case. During the investigation into the son's death, a man named Goncalves was identified as having arrived in the city shortly before the murder. Further investigation revealed that Goncalves was having an affair with Margot, and he even admitted that they were together for 2 months. This revelation devastates Alex. The woman he loved so deeply had betrayed him. He immediately seeks out Goncalves, who confirms the affair but insists he didn't kill Margot. Goncalves explains that after a while, Margot wanted to end their relationship, and he did exactly as she asked, disappearing from her life. Meanwhile, the individuals who murdered Charlotte are speaking. One of them calls their boss and reports that they have successfully framed Alex for Charlotte's murder. They believe that seeing this news will force Margot to come out of hiding, at which point they will capture her. They also confirm that they are keeping a close watch on Alex, who is waiting in a park to meet Margot. After some time, Margot arrives at the park. As she walks towards Alex, she spots the people watching her. Immediately sensing danger, she turns and flees. Alex sees her, but he is unable to reach her. Moments later, Alex receives a message from Margot, instructing him to meet her at another location. Alex heads towards the airport. Eric also deduces this new meeting place. Now convinced that Margot is alive, he realizes they are likely planning to leave the airport on the same flight and races there. Upon arrival, Eric sees that Alex hasn't arrived yet. He starts examining the passenger list but doesn't find Margot's name. However, Eric is a sharp detective. He figures out that Margot has likely changed her name. We then see Margot at the airport. News reports reveal that her sister Charlotte has died and that the prime suspect is none other than Alex. Her heart breaks. She knows Alex is being framed. Tears stream down her face. Meanwhile, we see the senator talking to the same man who murdered Charlotte. It is here that the whole story begins to unravel. The boy who died was named Philip, and his father is a senator. Philip is the same person implicated in the death of Goncalves, the man with whom Margot was having an affair. As soon as the senator discovered that Margot was still alive, he ordered these men to capture her by any means necessary. The senator tells them that this woman killed his son and is still alive. He is determined to take revenge. "Get her at any cost," he commands. On the other hand, Alex calls his lawyer and insists that he did not kill Charlotte. He believes that if they can find the evidence, they can prove that someone else was the killer. So everyone begins to gather evidence. A significant portion of it comes from Helena. She reveals that during Margot's autopsy, drug samples were found in her blood, leading investigators to believe she was a drug user. However, Helena knew Margot had never taken drugs, implying that the body wasn't even hers. Furthermore, the picture the police had, showing Margot with bruises, was from when Philip had beaten her. Alex's lawyer compiles all this evidence and presents it to the court. Consequently, all charges against Alex are dropped. Eric then arrives at Alex's house and apologizes for his suspicions. Finally, he hands over Margot's autopsy report to Alex. Upon careful examination, Alex notices Margot's listed height, 1.75 meters. He tells Eric that this is not Margot's autopsy, as her height was not 1.75 meters. Eric is stunned, saying that Margot's own father identified the body and even mentioned finding a gun in Margot's cupboard, the same gun used to kill Philip. Hearing all this, Alex now realizes that Jack definitely knows something crucial that can solve this puzzle. He immediately goes to Jack's house. Jack hands him the gun, looking distraught, and asks why Alex has come. Then Jack sits down opposite him and says he needs to know the whole truth, what happened to Margot, and what Alex is hiding now. Jack then recounts the entire story. Margot used to work for Philip's Children's Trust. However, she later discovered that Philip was involved in terrible acts with children. When she tried to speak out against him, Philip, upon finding out, began to threaten her. The day he was going to kill her, Jack arrived just in time. To save his daughter, Jack killed Philip. After his death, Jack buried Philip's body. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Jack, Eric and his entire team are listening to this confession. They had already placed a wire on Alex's clothes to record everything Jack said. But after a while, the audio cuts out. Eric suspects that Jack realized what they had done, especially since Jack used to be a policeman himself. However, before they can enter the house, the audio resumes. Jack continues his story, explaining that after some time, the senator discovered that Margot had killed Philip, and Jack found himself in grave danger. To protect his daughter, Jack tapped the senator's phone. From these recordings, he learned that the senator had hired 2 hitmen to kill Margot. Jack then contacted one of the hitmen and offered him double the senator's payment to kill the other hitman. The hitman agreed and did as instructed. As soon as he killed the other hitman, Jack killed the first one too and buried his body. But Jack knew the senator wouldn't rest until he saw Margot's body. So, Jack created a fake corpse that resembled Margot and placed it near the lake. He made sure to arrive there first so he could identify the body and convince everyone that it was Margot. By doing this, he hoped the senator would believe his daughter was dead and leave her alone forever. And that's exactly what happened. Margot became safe, Alex asks where Margot is now. Jack reveals that he sent her to Madrid for 8 years. She was initially reluctant to go, so he had to tell her that she was considered dead. She went to Madrid. However, when she saw the news about 2 bodies being found near Alex's house and that Alex was the prime suspect, she came back to save him and started trying to contact him. Then, the senator began following her again. Jack then reveals a shocking truth. The senator was also responsible for Alex's father's death. When Alex's father was investigating everything, he too discovered what Philip was doing with children, and as soon as the senator found out, he had him killed. Alex is stunned and asks why Jack didn't go to the police. Jack explains that the senator has bought the entire government. If he had gone to the police, he wouldn't have survived. No one can fight them, Jack says, and I am tired of all this. With these words, he takes his own life. Alex emerges from the house. Now, the police have all the evidence against the senator. They arrest him and put him in jail. The whole story is finally clear. We then learn that as soon as Alex entered the house, Jack realized he was wearing a wire. Jack had a perfect opportunity to tell the police the truth, but there was a part of the truth he didn't want them to know. So, he played a specific frequency on the TV, which temporarily blocked the wire's connection. During that time, Jack told Alex that it wasn't him who killed Philip, but his daughter, Margot. As soon as Jack realized the danger, he orchestrated everything to save her. Now everything is resolved. Margot's name is cleared, and so is Alex's. Alex returns to the same lake. He wanders around for a while and goes to the tree where they carved their initials. He begins to cry. Then Margot arrives. She hugs Alex, and he forgives all the mistakes she has made. They both promise to always be there for each other. The film ends here.